Do you want to know how to spin a basketball on your finger? Well, today I'm going to show you some easy tips to make sure you spin the basketball on your finger every single time. There's three main components into spinning a basketball. First, let's start off with the basics. You want to make sure that your palm is never touching the basketball. So whenever you start spinning a basketball on your finger, you never want this to happen where your palm touches the basketball. You want to make sure that your palm never touches the basketball like this to make sure you have a good start in spinning the basketball. Now you want to be able to spin your ball. You want to spin it until you get it consistently every time. You do not want to spin it with two hands, three fingers, none of that nonsense. Also, find the finger that you want to spin the ball with, whether it's the index finger, the middle finger, or the ring finger. Choose which is the most comfortable for you. Now when you're spinning the ball, spin it with one hand and do not spin the ball too high. If you spin it too high, your finger will not be able to grasp a hold of the ball. Make sure you spin it low where your finger can reach it right away. Let's move on to the next step. Now that you've practiced your spin multiple times and you found the finger that you want, it's time to spin the ball on your finger. You want to make sure that the ball is on the center of your finger so it keeps on balance. For example, whenever I spin it, the only reason it's staying on my finger is because my finger's balanced. You want to make sure to practice this over and over and over again to make sure that you have the right approach in spinning a basketball on your finger. If you do not practice this, you will never be able to spin a basketball on your finger. So my recommendation is spin it once a day, in the morning, in the dinner, after dark, whatever. Just keep on practicing this to make sure the ball is always on the center of your finger and your finger keeps a hold of the ball. Now, let's recap. First, you're going to want to have no palm on the ball. Make sure you're doing this every time and you don't start off with this or else you'll have a bad spin. Next, speaking about spin, get the right spin on the ball. Make sure you do it with one hand, as two hands will not provide enough consistency. Also with fingers. You want to do it with one hand and one hand only. Keep on spinning the ball. Practice that until you get it perfect. Last point and the most important point, keeping your finger on the ball. You want to keep it balanced perfectly over and over and over again. Practice this over and over and over again. In breakfast, in lunch, after dinner. You're going to practice this and you'll eventually get the ball like that. Make sure to like and subscribe.